Let's see. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? This is Good Past P, Prescott Mac, here with Toddrick Gotcher. This is the 30-piece podcast, and my guest this time is my little cousin, my dog, Toddrick Gotcher. What's going on? How you doing?
What's up, man? Everything's good, man. Glad to be on, and this is meant to be. So I'm happy to be here.
For sure, for sure. So, a lot of people don't know. Toddrick Gotcher is the golden boy of the family. He is, we are blood cousins. We have the same grandparents. My mom and his father are siblings, and so we grew up together. So this is a long time coming, especially in both of our careers. To just this kind of full circle moment to be able to have this conversation. And so we're gonna jump into it. So first off, congratulations on the move back to Greece. Yes, it seems like that's your second home. How's that feel?
Man, it feels good. Greece has always been good. The lifestyle, the people, and shout out to you for getting the first one done to get me to Greece on my first deal back in the day. So
Hey,
it's home though. So this is always a great start, and I love it from there. So I'm very happy here.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate that shout out. So what made you make that move? Because you were in Macedonia in the beginning of the season. What made you make the move to go to Greece, go back to Greece?
Right. So I had a contract, um, and I had a buyout period to where a bigger team, could come and try to buy me out in January. So I wanted to play well, play in the ABA league, and make that jump. And it actually worked out perfectly. I'm with my old coach here, and he lets me basically do whatever I want on the court and gives me the full confidence to play my game. So making that jump was very helpful for me.
Yeah, I will say the last game you just played on Saturday, it felt different seeing you on the court there. You felt it seemed like you were comfortable, like you weren't playing a role, like you were you always have always played your role on the court, but it seemed like you were free, and it seemed like high school Tajik. It seemed like that
Right.
Tajik that was at Lakeview Centennial in the whole time, scored the first bucket and tell the opponent like it's gonna be a long night.
Right. And I fully agree because, overseas, it's about finding that role and trying to do as best you can. But that's the most accurate way I can put it is I felt like I was in high school and, play my game and go from there for sure.
Yeah, you could definitely tell. So talk about that a little bit. The fact that playing overseas ball, I think a lot of players that have either aspirations of playing overseas ball or are in it but not seeing the same consistency and success that you have experienced. Talk about how like get over there. You're not. It's a different language, but you find your niche and you find your role. Especially when you get to the highest level where there's more than one American.
Right. A lot of players, from what I've seen and experienced, they try to come in and score the ball and try to be the best player, which is it really doesn't work in Europe the way people think it is. Like everyone wants to score 20 points, but that doesn't work over here. So you just have to be a star in your role, basically, and that's the best way to make a lot of money over here. And a lot of people, if you look at my stats across, I average 10 points every year almost, and that's my role: play defense, rebound, and get stops. So that's how I made my niche, and that's what a lot of players, Americans, don't understand when they come over here for sure.
That's big, like the average 10 points, because that's kind of consistent to your college career as well. And your
Right.
best years you averaged about 10 points. So yeah, that I mean that's huge because players don't understand that you have to come in. I mean, look at Ken Robinson based on what his role is, and he's a pro and he's killing it in the NBA. But he went from D3 to to where he is now, and so I think that's the best example of that is just focusing on what is your role, because you can make a lot of money playing a role.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
being overseas can be tough. I know you had it tough where you got married after your rookie year, and
Mhm.
or maybe before your rookie year, around that time of your rookie season. But then most of your marriage has been gone away, and
Right.
my cousin Kelly has traveled with you somewhat, but most of your marriage you've been gone, and then you have a beautiful, extremely beautiful baby girl who you miss a lot of time with as well. So talk about like the difficulties of being away from family, especially when you're a devout husband and father like yourself.
Right, man. It's extremely tough. Not only with just being away from my family, but like being alone here. I feel like I'm in a world of my own. But my wife, she's also one thing about her, like she's a very dedicated woman to her craft as well. So that kind of helps both of us. She's a nurse and she does her thing in the medical field, and she's happy. That's my number one thing. I want us both to be happy, and we obviously we're away. We're sacrificing that right now, but in the long run, I think it would benefit us so much at the end, and we're gonna cherish it. But it's been tough. It's definitely tough with so many distractions and whatnot over here. So but it's been good for us as well too. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, I definitely think you handle it well from a lot of overseas players that I watch when I'm watching you. It's you always stuff, and I always see you enjoying whatever scenery you have to your display. And so, what keeps you so grounded in making sure you create experiences, even though you're there by yourself? It seems like you create experience um, to last a lifetime, to kind of keep your mental health healthy.
right, I had my second year out. I had a teammate that kind of pulled me aside. He kind of took me under his wing. Ryan Evans. He went to Wisconsin, and he's older than me. He been through it all, and he just told me you have to embrace this moment and make it whatever it is, and that stuck with me ever since. So I start reading books. A lot of Americans over here, what they do, they watch Netflix, every Netflix show, and they're on the game. And so I wanted to be different and just embrace the beauty of the country. I never live over here after basketball, so it's a short it's a short period of time that I'm over here. So I have to see as much as I can and make it what it is, and it's been fun ever since.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I tell my clients you only play basketball for 15 seconds out of your life, and when you think
Yes,
about it from the whole scope, so enjoy that 15 seconds. That's really
absolutely.
dope. So I know you're a big reader. So what are you reading right now?
So I'm reading a book called "Success in God's Way," which is very beneficial for me. Just telling me how to find my talents and beliefs and use them in the right way, and it's really I'm really locked in on this book, and it's been real good to me. So I have to buy some more books because I ran out of things to read now, especially with quarantine.
Yeah. So you're one of my biggest influences on goal setting and like resetting your year. Actually, I spent my 30th birthday this past year taking an isolation trip where I I went somewhere by myself and kind of chilled in my hotel room and kind of set my goals and thought about what I wanted to accomplish this year. So what made you start goals and really sticking to those goals? Because I've seen like your personal goals, and it's read a book a week or read a book a month, or and then you set personal, family, and career goals. What kicked that off?
Well, what really kicked that off was the first book I read overseas, which was The Compound Effect, and it literally changed my life. It blew me away of something so simple that could make the biggest impact in your life. And it's by Darren Hardy, or I think that's his name. But The Compound Effect, really short book, really easy read. But man, he just said set a goal, and this little piece of advice that he gave makes a big difference in your life, and it stuck with me then. And 5 years later, I feel like I'm living my best life, honestly. So, and likewise, brother. Obviously, you're a big influence from me watching you as well, man. You always been the big. You called me the golden child, but everyone follows you, so we follow your lead as well. So that's where we're all at,
Yeah, I
and we
think
always look up to you.
yeah, I think I go ahead and step out and take all the hits for y'all. That I do agree with. I go out and I will start something so that I can make all the mistakes. But you guys, like all my cousins are very successful. If people don't follow our family, they understand how big generation is. With you
Right.
being a pro player, me as a sports agent, Alex as a writer, Danny is getting ready to move to New York as a writer, Matt being a fashion designer and actor, Taylor playing college basketball. Like we are I mean, our parents got to be proud, our grandparents got to be proud. And so I think a lot of all of us are really, we kind of feed off of each other. But I know I take a lot of the hits. I made the most mistakes for sure. But like I'm proud of what I gladly do it. I'll do it all over again if you guys can learn from my mistakes and everything that I've tried to set out and do. Um, if I had any influence on y'all's success, then I'll do it all over again. Um,
Oh, absolutely,
last
absolutely.
one of the last things. So we're both big on music. So who's your top 5 rappers, dead or alive?
Man, everyone knows who number one is. Number one is easily Drake. Like, there's no question about it.
Drizzy.
Like, honestly, I'm on the Mount Rushmore top four. I can go Drake, 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 Drake on the top four. But I got my top five: Drake, Future. I'm big on the chain smokers. You probably don't even know that, but the chain smokers,
I do.
I love them to death. That's my pregame playlist, which no one knows, but I don't play
Right.
rap. I play chain smokers, and I like Big
That's
Sean
what's
and
up. Yeah.
Uzi. So those probably my top five right now.
That's a big top 5. My top 5, of course, we've been on Drake forever, forever. We kind of up on Drake. People don't realize like we real 06ers. Since 2006
Absolutely,
we've been on Drake. But
absolutely.
it's Drake as the GOAT. I have to go with I gotta go with ooh, because on my Mount Rushmore is Drake, 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 Drake too. So picking somebody, I do gotta go with Jay Z. Jay
Okay.
Z is my second, and then people sleep on Wale. I'm a
Oh,
Wale fan.
oh.
Yeah, people sleep on Wale, and to go out of genre like you did, I am a huge Florida Georgia Line fan. And so I love me some Florida Georgia Line.
Okay.
And then yeah, people don't know I be on that country heavy. Um and then
Okay.
my
Okay.
fifth, my fifth to be my fifth has to be probably Big Sean. Big people sleep on Big Sean.
Absolutely,
So
yes.
yeah.
Okay, man.
Your aunt just walked in. So I'm in the office. Your aunt just walked in. I'm
Oh,
recording the podcast, mom.
ain't Tammy.
Um, but
I do have to ask though. Were you there when we went to that Wale concert in Lubbock?
no, I've never been to the only concert I've been to was when remember we went
Drake,
to the Wayne concert, but Drake was there. It was
bro.
Young Money.
Bro, that was yes, I remember that.
Yeah, that was lit. That was the only time I ever seen Drake in concert.
Okay,
Not gonna talk about the other times where I was supposed to see Drake and I didn't.
man. Drake's the only man that
Got
made
it.
me cry,
Got into some trouble.
man. Oh yeah, I feel
You
it.
say he made you cry?
Bro, I went to his concert. I went to another concert, which it was just a Drake concert, and man, I just felt like he was singing to me, man. Like I don't know what it was, but every song was the same feelings that I was feeling. Like and it just put me to tears. So that's why Drake is the GOAT, and it's not even close.
Bro,
So it's crazy. It's
bro.
crazy.
Hey, nobody can like you put on some if like even on a road trip. If I'm about to fall asleep on a road trip, or if I'm feeling some type of way, Drake got to be the go to. I saw the other day you burnt some food up listening to Drake, getting distracted.
Man, it happened that fast. Like it just he's the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT for sure.
All right, man. So last thing I'm gonna ask you. I'm trying to develop new segments in this podcast, and so I'm gonna ask you one, maybe two rathers.
Okay.
Would you rather brush your teeth for a week, not take a bath for a week?
I'm gonna have to go with I'd rather not. You said not brush my teeth for a week. Ooh, yeah, because I have to take a bath. I just have to do that.
Yeah,
So
that's what
I'm
I said. I was like you could do things to keep your breath right.
right. Yeah, I can't do the bath thing. That's just nasty.
Okay. Last thing, would you rather be able to play basketball for the rest of your life, or and never would you rather play basketball the rest of your life and never be able to watch another basketball game, or um dang, I'm messing it up. Would you rather um let's switch that one because that one's terrible. That one's terrible. Would you rather would you rather um dang, I had something written down, but I don't have my pad with me. Forget it. That the first one was good. The first one was good. Anyway,
Yeah,
so real
absolutely.
quick, um, tell tell everybody like how to find you on social media, um, and what anything you got going on coming up. Because I think you said at one point in time you were going to start a blog or a podcast. So talk about your plans for the blog and how people can find you on social media.
Absolutely, man. My social media across the board, League Me Zero, and reach out, man. I'm always responding, no matter who it is. Little kids, it doesn't matter. And I've always wanted to start a vlog, man, to where people just see the lifestyle that overseas players live and how we carry ourselves and what we do on a daily basis. Because everyone in America, when they hear, oh, he's a professional basketball player overseas, they glorify it like it's such an easy life when it's really tough, mentally tough, physically. It's just a different part of the world that people are not used to seeing. So that's one thing I would like for other people to see, and I have to put it out and let people see it in this world. So that's a goal of mine for sure.
Yeah, definitely something to watch for sure. Well, I appreciate you coming through. I know it's midnight out there, so I appreciate you staying up, chat.
Anytime,
Um,
man.
yeah, man. So we this has been the 30 piece podcast. Uh, we've been with Toddrick Gotcher, out in Greece at Mesologi. That's the name,
Mesologi, yes, sir.
Mesologi. So good luck for the rest of the season. Keep hooping. Hope to see more games like we saw Saturday. And y'all, everybody that's listening, I appreciate you guys listening. You can find this podcast on Apple Music, Spotify, and now we are on Pandora. I appreciate y'all. Good pass.
Man, I appreciate